Welcome to Out of the Hills. I'm Jon Wright, and today we're visiting a good friend of mine, AJ Gordon, who is an amazing mechanic, fabricator, self-proclaimed jack of all trades. He has an array of fantastic vehicles that we're going to see today. This is one of them. You'll see more of this in a bit, and hope you enjoy the show, and let's go meet AJ. All right, here we are. AJ, tell me a little bit about this beast. This thing is just a masterpiece.
This is one of my dreams.
Where did you find this thing?
I found the truck itself in Ludlow 10 years ago. I had this dream of this. It's a 1954 M37, and I wanted
Military
to build,
vehicle.
yep, and I wanted to make a 1954 with my 454 on 454s. Well, here it is.
Explain that. What? Tell these people that these tires are
54-inch military tires. They are awesome. Got to put them in the mud once. We'll see how this goes. Last truck broke in half. This shouldn't happen this time. I got this one built pretty well.
You got it hammered out.
It's still possible to break, but I'll find the weak points on the first mud spot, you know?
So this is your King mudbog vehicle right here.
Yes.
And that's its primary function.
That's its only function.
This thing will never be on the road.
It could be if I lowered the bumpers and stuff, because there's bumper height. But no, I got 2.5 ton Rockwell axles made to go in the mud, and that's all it's going to be for.
I mean, for me, this could be a great manure spreading rig.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Put a manure spreader on the back and
pull anything you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's made for it. They're made to be in deuce-and-a-half trucks.
So tell me a little bit about your history. There's a long line of Gordons in this community. Where do you fit into the family tree?
The outside.
Your dad is Steve Gordon.
Yep. Mom's Donna. Dad always wrenched as a kid. The shoe barn a long time ago was actually a Texaco station.
Bill Gordon's Texaco.
My grandfather owned that,
Yeah.
so Dad always was into cars and stuff. When we lived at the Trout Club, actually before the Trout Club, we built a Jeep in the barn out there, and him and all his buddies had those, so I started working on stuff there. When we were at the Trout Club, Mom got her 68 Camaro. We started working on that. One of my first cars was a 1970 Nova. That was my high school car, you know, so it started there, had mud trucks, all that good stuff, all the way up through. And it's just been kind of fun and a passion, you know. And then I have a mud pit behind my house.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we have a mud truck? And, you know.
That's great. Well, we're going to come back to this beast, but I want to wander around a little bit and see, how would you describe yourself? Are you a mechanic, jack of all trades? I mean,
Jack of all trades, master of none, that's for sure, you know.
but obviously a great mechanic.
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
you don't take on a project like this without...
No, this is something you do for yourself. So, yeah, this is a fun project.
Do you do a lot of wrenching for other people?
Yeah, I do. I got tools, everything in the shop.
I mean, it looks like you got a few projects around here.
Yeah.
Are these all yours, or are they?
No, there's a couple that belong to other people, and
Yeah.
things I'm working on for them, and rigs that are broke that I bought, put parts in them and sell them, you know.
Everything here has a specific...
Oh yeah, there's a spot and a purpose for everything in this yard.
Even that motorboat over there.
Even the boat. The only thing, I got a scrap pile around the corner, and that's the only thing that is not good. Everything else is good. Just like on the farm, everything's good.
Yeah, you got it. Let's take a little walk. I want to, now you and your dad have taken care of the plaza for years.
Yeah.
Plowed all the snow, done all the maintenance down there. Tell me about this piece here. This is, looks like another ongoing project.
Yeah.
You use this down at the plaza.
Wintertime, this is bread and butter.
Where did this come from?
Actually, Dad bought this off Reggie Sear
Oh, okay.
years ago.
Yeah.
And before that, I'm not sure where it came from, but it's in great shape.
Uh-huh.
It's a 1980. Slight motor issue. injector was bad, blew a hole in a piston, so I got to change one piston in this thing. I have a beam built in the shop to replace the motor and do stuff like that. But to do this, I have to lift the body up, roll the rear end out from under it to remove the oil pan, to move it, disconnect that one push rod, pull that piston out, put another piston in, put it all back together.
Oh, man.
And
now this is
works.
not the kind of project that your average Joe would
No, it's not
undertake.
something everybody
Does something
wants.
like this intimidate you when you
First
blow
time,
an engine? Yeah.
First
But
time,
now
definitely.
you're like,
but-
just take it in stride and do
Yeah,
what you
take
gotta
your
do.
time, buy the book. You know what I mean? I got books for this that show you absolutely everything. And for the first time, it helps.
You go on the internet to find a lot of information, or
I'll order my book because the internet, I'd just rather have it in the book.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
look through the camera or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
TV and all that good stuff. It's
flip to the old school.
Yeah, well, that's right there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You can be working
You
on
can
it,
go
have
back
the
and
book
forth, yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
if you get some oil on it or something, no big
not a big deal.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not $100 iPad, $200 iPad, whatever.
Right.
So,
Now, what was your education? You went to Floodbrook,
Floodbrook,
and then did you go to BBA, or?
I went to a private school in Burlington for a little over a year,
Uh-huh.
Green Mountain, and then finished off I was last class of BBS, graduated '99.
Oh, wow.
Went to Target
Uh-huh.
with Jeff Houghton and Ed Panzerino, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Good crew.
great guys, like just the best. And yeah, from there, here I am.
Yeah. Yeah. And you went right into helping your dad with.
Yeah, actually, that was my field study through high school, working with my dad. So I've been doing the stonemason, caretaking, plowing, all that. Like with this, I got a 14-foot snow push that goes on the front of it.
Right.
That's kind of why I need it going, because it saves a lot of time down at the parking lot. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. You guys hammer that out. And
Yeah,
No
and then
time.
I can push all my snowbanks back, and when we get a lot of snow, I can be pushing other people's snowbanks back instead of working on my own stuff.
right.
So it's just making
So you got
some
something
money.
for every season.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And this is the fun stuff for you. You come
The-
back when you got a little time on your hands, you can come and.
Yeah, this is the fun stuff for the summer, and then snowmobiling in the winter.
Now, you got a mudbog coming up on Saturday, is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about that.
End of the season, bring it to break it, give you something to do over the winter so you don't get bored. You can fix your stuff. You know, it's some
So
shop
nobody
time.
leaves here disappointed.
No.
How many mudbogs have you done here?
Oh, we've probably had 15 or so over the years, and we used to have some big ones, and it gets kind of carried away
Yeah.
to the point of like you can't even walk up and down the driveway with people. So last minute, whoever's running, they have like a week to know. Bring it if you can. If you can't, oh well, come and watch. I should have a band here Saturday afternoon too, and just end of the year fling, have fun before winter's really here.
Before it gets too cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're running out of time for that. Looks like it should be pretty nice Saturday, 50s or something.
Yeah, we've had a great fall.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So
Yeah.
it should be a real
Now
good
it
time.
seems like there were back, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. There were a lot of people doing mudbogs.
Yeah.
What happened with that? Is that
People complaints, people
Yeah.
going on, you know what I mean? There wasn't a lot of private land that people were using, so that tends to end it. That's why everybody does events and stuff now. Like you have the Vermonster,
yeah?
you go down to Bennington on Mother's Day. You know, we used to be a trail ride up the power lines in Wyndham on Mother's
Right,
Day.
Right.
I mean, 15 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that. You know,
They put a stop to that.
yeah, things change. So we'll see what happens.
Now we're just going to highlight some of the items that you have here because you got an amazing collection. Tell me about this.
This Jeepster.
Jeep.
This came from a buddy of mine down in Bennington. Him and his kid painted this. I was looking for a Jeep for my dad. He needed to get rid of it, so I bought it. And never really got it going because I got another one for dad that reminded me of the one that he built when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
But this is a beauty. It's got original mileage, 46,000. I actually sold it back to the original owner that I got it from. And he's gonna come get this, and
wow.
him and his kid are gonna do it up again and actually have a trail rig.
So this will never be a mudbogger.
Nope, this one will not be a mud bogger. We're gonna pull it in the shop, put a new starter in it, get it running, tune it up a little bit for him, and him and his kid can have their trail rig back again for next summer. So,
All right, let's take a look at Dirty Deeds here. This is one of my all-time favorites. This one's going in the mud someday.
It was a mud dragger. My next thought on this is I'm not big into the drag racing. It would be fun. The original owner of this had it doing 4.2 seconds down the mud drag, which is nasty. He had it set up with a two-wheel drive tranny. If you look down, there's a gear. So a two-wheel drive tranny, chain and sprocket. So he geared it so the front end turns twice as fast as the rear end. So it pulls you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So you go straight and it doesn't push. Which is awesome. But like I said, the drag's not too thrilling. I've been looking at those rock bouncers that they have down south. So you'll have, put like a 5.3 liter fuel injected in here, and then it has a big cage all around it, all roll bar. And they try to go up all the rocks and the hills, and it's pretty much just, you go or you roll. You know, you make it or you break it again. You know, that seems like really fun to me. You know, they run like 44-inch tires, and it's just pin it to win it.
Now, what was the origin of stuff like this? I mean, what's that axle from?
That axle is Dana 70 enclosed knuckle. So the difference between that and like either the blue truck or the gray truck over there is this is all enclosed like your tractors, so nothing get in, break your U-joints and stuff. They call it a 70, but it's weaker than the Dana 60. It's really weird on how they do things. But with it being enclosed, things don't get in there. You don't get all that dirt and stuff in your U-joints and stuff.
Nice for the mud.
Yeah, and
what's the point of carving out these tires? What does that do? Give you a little more bite?
Takes a lot of weight off, and it gives you better traction. Probably with those back tires, cutting off that much would probably pull a good 50 pounds of weight per, you know, between the two tires. So that's rotating mass. Rotating mass is your enemy. That's where gearing and stuff comes in too. You know what I mean? Like normal truck running 373s, 411s. The Power Wagon is running 672s. You know, that's like a tractor gearing pretty much, I think.
And where did you learn all this? Was this really from your dad and from your grandfather?
Dad,
and
friends, bunch of people that are into it.
Because there's an awful lot of technicality that goes into putting something like this together. Knowing gearing ratios and
a lot of trial and error.
You
know what I mean?
Things blow apart and you say, oh, that wasn't quite the right.
Yeah, I mean, the guy that set this up was just great about it, because instead of having to change the gears in the pumpkin, you can change your tire size and just change your sprocket size, which will adjust your gearing kind of like a motorcycle instead of doing it through the pumpkin, which is just, it's quick and easy.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's great.
Awesome. So where's this on the list? This is a little
This
further
is on
down.
the back burner part. Yeah.
Great rig though, I love Dirty Deeds.
Yeah, it should be really fun. I mean, I did get to drive it up and down the driveway a little bit before I took it apart. Yeah, because it had the pipes that are on the Power Wagon. That motor setup was in here, just different motor, but those pipes and stuff. So it looked really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's down the line.
Nice.
Maybe next summer. We'll see how much stuff I get fixed in the door. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
All right, let's wander a little more. I want to see this. What is this, El Camino over here?
Yeah, 69 El Camino SS.
You don't see many of these anymore.
No. Well, you say that. And then as soon as I get this thing on the road, we're going to go for a ride one day. We're going to pass probably 30 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, it's cool. It's a 69. I love the front end of it. The hood's great.
Yeah, definitely a classic.
It's a
classic
car.
machine.
It's a truck.
Yeah.
Like I just want to put my dirt bike in it and drive it around for the summer. And
now, what does this need?
Motor and tranny.
And is that something you have kicking around here?
Yep. I do have an extra motor for it. I wish I had the original, but that's not going to happen. So I'm going to keep it big block car, you know, kind of same deal.
Muscle car.
Yeah, I'm not going to build it up. It's not going to be real nasty because I want to drive this one.
Yeah.
Like this one is cool.
Yeah.
So keep it pretty much a stock big block, so it's not just horrible on gas, and drive it around, have fun with it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you got no end of projects here. I'm just, do you ever get overwhelmed and say, oh shit, I just gotta.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely
rid of
get
some of the
overwhelmed.
stuff.
Definitely get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things are my choices, so I got to sit there and think about it. Like, okay,
Prioritize.
yeah,
what
just
you're
slow
doing
down, take care of this, worry about that later. And
Yeah.
I'm having this hard time with the power. I need to get that done
for this weekend.
for this weekend for one, and that's why I gave myself a deadline, because I really need the bucket loader going, and I can't concentrate on that without trying that thing first, because I got so much time and effort into it now.
Yeah.
So my priorities are there, but I can't get there.
Right. Sure.
So,
Sure.
you know, it'll happen.
Yeah. What's today?
Today's Wednesday.
Oh, plenty of time.
Yeah, it's not too worried.
All right. We gotta take one look. I want to go over, come through here, and I want to take a look at the school bus. And
Oh,
you gotta
yeah.
tell me about that. That's got a story, I can tell.
That does. This project came from Minnesota. Got it off a cousin. It's a 1966 Chevy bus, but it's a Bluebird camper.
Uh-huh.
If you look inside and stuff, there's all the switches and everything. It came with a bed, a bathroom.
Was originally set
It
up
was
as a camper.
originally from Bluebird.
Yeah.
It's a camper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build this to follow the mud truck and stuff when we go to events. So if it's a weekend event,
It's your
I got
supply
a
vehicle.
I got a place to stay and everything.
Nice.
We usually have another truck tow that vehicle and other ones. So this can tow a trailer with extra parts and stuff we might need and tools. And we have a place to stay for the weekend when we go to the events, and we'll paint it all up, make it nice.
Now,
and
where do you come up with all these ideas? I mean, you see something like this and you say, I gotta have it.
Yeah, I'm a big kid. You know, I like the truck. Who doesn't want a monster truck?
Yeah.
You know, my nephew and stuff, I talk to him all the time. He's dying for a monster truck. Everybody watches it on TV. Well, I've always wanted a monster truck too. We got the little excavator. It's the bucket loader. Kids loved. I'm just a big kid.
Yeah.
You know,
With big toys.
with big toys.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun. Like to watch the smile on the kid's face when they look at the truck go by. Like, wow. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I look at the truck the same way. I'm just bigger. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Now, what is your grand vision here? What are some of the things you'd like to do with the rest of your life?
Just have fun, enjoy. I like to build things, not let them go to the junk, especially the old cars and trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that stuff go. If it's not all there, make some parts for it. Put it together with something else. Make a rat rod. Nobody has to have the same stuff. That's everything I've got is different
It's
than
unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else has one like it, and I like that part of it. You know,
I'm a bit the same way with the farm, but I don't have anywhere near the courage that you have to.
trial and error. You know, it's do it for yourself, not for anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Just enjoy it.
yeah, enjoy
Labor
it
of love.
for the kids. Show the kids a good time. You know what I mean? They're the ones that are gonna. If we don't show them, that we're not gonna have this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's show them how to work with their hands and stuff like that. Have fun with it. Get muddy. Get dirty. You
Break
know?
things. Fix
Yeah.
things. Weld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're
great.
bored, you're not looking for things to do.
Right.
There's a ton of stuff to do. This
Yeah.
is my spare time. This is so
Yeah.
I don't go nuts. It gets dark in the wintertime early.
So speaking of that, I mean, you're a great role model in the community. You're now coaching soccer for the.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
it's fun.
and that's just part of your love of kids and
Yeah, and the area, the town, you know,
being a part of the community.
I do the Pingree Park fundraiser. I'm in the dunk tank every almost fall, I guess, spring,
Yeah.
fall, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about the kids. They're the ones that are gonna keep the place going. Might as well do stuff for them, and it's good for us too. Like I haven't had so much fun playing soccer in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You know,
great.
I'm doing GISP this winter with
Yeah,
the kids.
I do
It's
GISP as well.
just having fun with them, showing them fun, and doing things the right way, and then trying to finish it. Like start something and finish it.
Yeah,
That's a hard
yeah.
thing to do,
Yeah.
and that's, you know, why we do it. Let's start it, finish
But
it.
I don't expect I'm going to come back here in 10 years and everything's going to be finished.
No,
You'll
no, no. Nothing's ever finished. Nothing's
You're
ever
going to have
finished.
ongoing projects.
Yeah,
Can we go back over and see if we can fire up the beast? I wanna
yeah.
hear
Let's
this
give it a
thing run.
shot.
All right.
See what happens. It might work. It might not.
It- Thank you all for watching another episode of Out of the Hills. Thank you, AJ. That was great. And we'll see you Saturday at the Mudbog, and we'll see you for our next show. Thanks again.
Baranda-ta-ti-re-ba, warabaran-ti-tu-ri-ro-na, tu-ri-du-ti-tu-ri-bi-e, bam-bum-bam-bam-du-di-de-da-da, ti-ru-ti.